Okay, now that you've had an introduction to SketchUp in the previous class, let's go ahead and use SketchUp for our first little assignment to turn in. And just in case you haven't already, we're going to make sure we're signed in. You should probably already be signed in if you use the link given in today's assignment. But just in case, I'm going to click sign in. I'm going to sign in with Google. And when that happens, you may have to type in your Google credentials, but probably not. I can always check to make sure I'm signed in by clicking on this little guy here. And there you go. It's got my name, so I know I'm ready. All right, so let's start modeling. Okay. When we model this, you'll probably recognize this as something that we drew before, which is a simple bedroom. So let's go ahead and do that now. I'm going to click on Create New. And I'm going to eventually see the little guy here. This is to show perspective. It tells me basically that whatever I make, if I compare the size to this guy here, I'll know if I'm making it the correct size or not. Okay, so let's start with a rectangle. Okay, go to the rectangle tool. We're going to start from this origin, and I'm going to just kind of draw it like this. Okay. And I'm going to let go of my mouse and I'm going to just simply go to my keyboard. Now, if you try to go down here and type and click, I'm clicking right now, nothing's happening. That's because that is not a clickable box. Okay. This is something you need to get used to with SketchUp. So I'm going to just kind of move my mouse about where I think it should go. And I'm going to simply let go of the mouse, or in your case, you might be letting go of your trackpad and go over to the keyboard. And I'm going to type in 11 feet, that's an apostrophe, comma, 17 feet, again, apostrophe, and then hit enter on your keyboard. Okay. So yours may look slightly different from this. It kind of depends on how you're oriented. For example, if I'm oriented like this, it looks a little longer. If I'm oriented like this, it looks shorter, but you should have something like this. Okay. So I'm going to actually orient this so I'm looking more almost down on top of it. Okay. And again, I'm doing that with my orbit tool. Okay. If you have a mouse, this makes it much, much easier. Okay. So let's go to a different tool here. If I go to my push pull tool and click on it, I can choose this bottom one here, which is called the offset tool. Okay. Click on that. And I'm going to just click somewhere in here. And this is going to make basically an outline of my perimeter here of whatever geometry I have up here, which is just a rectangle at this point. So I'm going to click once, and then I'm going to simply drag my mouse outward. Okay. And I'm going to get it about here, let go of my mouse. Again, I'm not clicking anymore. I'm just letting go. And I'm going to type in 6 inches. So 6 shift apostrophe makes a quotation mark. Okay. So again, that's 6, and then hold down the shift key and hit the apostrophe key and then enter. And that gives me a 6-inch perimeter all the way around. Okay. Before I push pull anything, I want to do something more. I'm going to zoom in a little bit to this corner, and I'm going to go now to the line tool. Okay. It looks like a pencil. And somewhere about here, maybe 2/3 of the way over, like here's the midway or the midpoint, somewhere about here, I'm going to click and I'm going to draw down, I don't know, about this far. Okay. And then I'm going to click again. And notice how I'm keeping my line red. The first one was green. This one's red. That's going to make it perpendicular to the other walls. It's very important. So I'm going to click to where it says edge. And then I've got one line made. I'm going to make another line kind of parallel with it. So start on edge. Again, notice how it stays green. Don't do anything like this. Okay, if it's crooked, your doors won't work. So keep it green. Go a little bit past the first one. Click again. This one, keep red. And then when you get to the edge, click one more time. Okay, we're almost ready to push pull. So I'm going to zoom in a little bit more to make this next part easier. I'm going to click on the eraser tool. Okay. And what I'm going to do is click and hold and drag across until I delete that line. You can see it highlight in blue. So I'm trying to delete these little dash marks. Otherwise, my push pull won't work. So I'm going to click and drag across it. You see how it turns blue, and then when I let go of my mouse button, it disappears. Okay, so now I have a continuous path all the way around. And that's important because when I push pull in the next step, it'll push pull all of this at one time. So to get my figure back into the screen, I can actually zoom out like that, or I can go over here and go down here to zoom extents, and it pops everything back into the screen. Okay. All right, so let's push pull. So right now I'm still set on offset. So click here, go back to my push pull tool. Okay. And notice how I have two options, actually three options. This area here, but I want to push pull this entire wall. That's why we deleted those little lines. So I'm going to click and drag it up. And I'll just go a little distance, but now I'm going to let go of my mouse and I'm going to type 8 feet. So 8 feet, which is an apostrophe, and then hit enter. Okay. So let me back up and look at what I've got. So I've got kind of a room going here, which is kind of nice. Before I do anything else, I'm going to get a door into this closet since I'm looking at it right there. So let's go to the rectangle tool. Okay. And somewhere over here, make sure you're on edge down on the bottom. Don't start up here or down here, right on edge. I'm going to click once and move my mouse. And about here, I'm going to just let go of my mouse. Okay. And I'm going to just start typing. So 3 feet, so apostrophe, comma, 7 feet. And then I'm going to put a hyphen, which looks like a minus sign. And then 6 inches, which is shift apostrophe. So 3 feet, comma, 7 foot dash 6 inches, enter. And that makes a door that's exactly that size. Okay. So let's go to the push pull tool. I think you know what I'm going to do next. I'm going to zoom in a little bit to make this easier. Now this is where it gets tricky. I'm going to click and hold. I'm going to start moving it in a little bit. Now eventually if I move it around enough, and again, I'm still holding down the click button. Eventually I'll see the message on face. When I get that, then I know I can let go. And when I let go, you can see it made the doorway opening. Okay. So now I'm going to orbit over to this other side because I need to get into this bedroom somehow. And I'm going to make another door. So go ahead and get the rectangle tool. Make sure you're starting on edge on the bottom. Go up. And again, I'm going to type the same size door. 3 feet, comma, 7 feet, dash, 6 inches, which is shift apostrophe, enter. Oop, I moved my mouse. Let's do that again. 3 foot, comma, 7 foot, dash, 6 inches, enter. And there's my door. Okay, let's push pull that in. Again, I'm going to push, keep holding my mouse down until I move around and it says on face, let go, and you can see I can see into the room now. Okay, getting close to being finished here. So it definitely looks like a bedroom with a little closet in it. Okay, so let's go ahead and put some paint on the walls. Okay, this is actually really easy to do. I'm going to go ahead to my bucket over here, my paint bucket, and up will pop a menu. I like to click on this menu here, the magnifying glass. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go to colors and just choose colors. You choose whatever colors you want. I'm going to go with something simple, like, I don't know. Let's go with, I'll go with this light blue here. Okay, and I'm going to just kind of click on the walls and get this one in here. I'm going to turn the whole thing around and click in there. I can even paint my closet walls something different. So just go over here and click on a different color. Let's go with like this brown and turn it around, get the back wall and this wall. Okay, that looks interesting. Interesting choice of colors. So now I'm going to click this this drop down menu thing here and scroll up. Now I'm going to choose something for the floor. Let's go with carpet. And I'm going to go with this carpet here. Go ahead, and I'm going to do the closet as well. You can also do tiles, things like that. Really leave it up to you if you want to go down here to tile. They have that. Let's see. Do they have wood? Where is that? I thought they did. Oh, yeah, that's not at the bottom. You can go to wood. You can do like, I don't know, like a hardwood floor. I'm going to undo that, though, because I like the carpet better. Okay. So there we go. We're done with that. So I'm going to close this menu out. Last thing I need to do is get a room label in there. So I'm going to go ahead and go to my rectangle tool. And down at the bottom is this little 3D text. So click on that and just start typing. Well, this is a bedroom. So I need to type in bedroom. Okay. I don't need to really change anything else. Click OK. And I'm going to move it into position. We'll leave it about right here. And then I'm going to click. Okay, and you see it's highlighted right now. That means it's selected. Just hit escape and it'll set it right on there. So there you go. I've got my finished room. I can orient this in a way that I can see my doors and see my label and I see all my walls. And once I have that how I like it, I'm going to go ahead and get this submitted. So to do that, these are in your instructions, but to do that, first thing I want to do is save it. So hit save. Okay, you may have to choose the folder that you put it in. And I'm going to call this bedroom and click save here. It's saving, it says right there, saving, and there is the name bedroom. So in order to submit this, we need to download a picture of it. Okay, so we're going to click over here on the 3 lines. We're going to go to download. And of these 3 choices, choose PNG. Do not choose SKP or STL. Those are completely different. We need to choose PNG. And then click on this. And this, by the way, is what it's going to look like. And then click on this export as a PNG. If it says large files take longer, don't worry about that. Click export. And there you can see right there, it's downloaded onto my computer. Now you can go back to the assignment page, choose to start assignment. You can upload and choose this file here. You may have to look under recent documents, but choose that file and submit your assignment and you're done. So hope this video helps. Have fun making your bedroom design.